So, you've been doing all the things, right? The visualizing, the affirming, trying so hard to feel it real. But nothing's happening. There's just this silence where you were expecting to see results. And I know just how frustrating that can be.
But what if I told you it's not because the practice doesn't work, and it's not that you're doing something wrong? What if it's just one single, crucial piece of the puzzle that almost everyone overlooks?
Because once you see this missing piece, really see it, everything just clicks into place. It's a very subtle shift in what it actually means to feel something real.
Okay, let's get right into it. Most of us think that manifestation is all about seeing what we want. You know, you create this perfect little mental movie of your desire, but just seeing an image, well, that's not what creates reality. Notice the difference here. On one hand, seeing is like watching a movie of your life. You're on the outside, looking in. You're just an observer. And from there, the image is kind of flat. It's powerless. But feeling? That's when you actually step inside the movie. You become a participant. And that experience is rich with sensory detail, and that, right there, is where all the creative power is. And here's the truth of it all. If your imagined scene feels flat and powerless to you, then it has no power to change anything out there. It's just a thought. Your reality doesn't respond to a picture, it responds to what you internally accept as being real.
Let's make this really tangible. We're going to try a quick, simple experiment. This has nothing to do with belief. It's just about you noticing how your own body responds when you give your imagination enough sensory detail to play with.
So, just for a moment, imagine you're holding a fresh lemon in your hand. Can you feel its cool, waxy skin, the weight of it in your palm? Now, in your mind's eye, see yourself slicing it open. Watch the juice glisten. Now bring that slice up to your mouth and take a bite. That sharp, sour taste floods your mouth. Did you feel that? Maybe your mouth even started to water a little?
That physical reaction, that is sensory vividness. Your body has no idea that the lemon wasn't actually there. Your imagined experience was so rich, so full of sensory data, that your body responded as if it were a fact. This right here, this is the entire mechanism. This is how it all works.
So, this is the central truth we keep coming back to. It's not about how clearly you can see the image. It's about the reality of the state you can feel. And that is the missing key.
So how do we actually cultivate this feeling on purpose? Well, there are 3 really simple layers we can bring into any imagined scene. Layers that make it feel completely natural. Completely normal.
Okay, layer 1 is visual, but there's a critical little tweak here. You're not watching a movie of yourself. You have to see the scene through your own eyes. So if you desire a new car, you're not watching yourself drive. No, you feel your own hands on the steering wheel. You see the road ahead from the driver's seat. You're actually living it first person.
Layer 2 is all about sound. What would you actually be hearing in your desired reality? And it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It might be the quiet hum of the air conditioner, or the specific sound of a loved one's voice, or even just the peaceful silence of a calm room. These little sounds are what add depth and realism.
And then there's layer 3. And honestly, this is the most important one. The emotional tone. But it's probably not what you think it is. We are not looking for excitement or hype or intense joy. We are looking for the quiet, calm, subtle feeling of it being done. The feeling of it just being normal. That quiet certainty that this is already a fact of your life.
Instead of just talking about it, let's just take a moment to experience this directly, right now. So, if you feel comfortable doing so, just go ahead and close your eyes for a second. And just gently bring to mind something you desire. Now, step into that scene. Really place yourself there. Look around, not at yourself, but through your own eyes. Just notice what you see. Now, just listen. Tune into the environment around you. What is one subtle sound you can hear right now? Is it a voice, music, or just the quiet of the room? And now for the most important part. Don't try to force excitement. Just allow yourself to notice the feeling of this being completely normal. How does it feel when this is just your life? Settle into that quiet certainty. That subtle feeling of naturalness, that is the creative signal. That is the feeling you want to be able to return to. You can open your eyes now. You see, this is the fundamental shift. So many of us are taught we need to force belief or chase these really high-energy emotions because we think that's what creates change. But that's all just effort. That's the old way.
Notice how this works. The goal isn't to force yourself to believe something new. It's to cultivate an inner feeling of familiarity with it. You're not chasing after some big emotion, you're just gently returning to a state of being. It stops being about intense effort and becomes about natural alignment.
And please, hear this. You don't have to be perfect at this. You don't need to feel it 100% every single time. The whole practice is just about making it feel a tiny bit more real, a little more natural than it did before. It's gentle repetition that makes an imagined state finally feel like home. Always remember this. The change doesn't happen because you're trying harder. It happens in the moment your desired state stops feeling like some future you're chasing and starts feeling like a memory you already possess. The moment it just feels natural. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What if all the force, all the effort you've been putting in was never even necessary? What if that simple, quiet, subtle feeling of normal is actually your greatest and most effortless creative power?